Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Alex Builds. Today we're going to be doing the next 3 stages of Build Your Own 1999 Batmobile. Okay, so we have stages 6, 7 and 8 with this one, and we also get our binder as well. Okay, so this is your binder. To put it together, on the bottom here we have numbers. That's 2, that's 3, that's 2, that's 2, that's 1. So you're going to fold it like that, and then basically you're going to fold in the number first. So number 1 is that one, then the 2 sides, then this one. Clip it into place, just like that, and that is your binder all done. And that's how it will look once you've done it. So I'll show you the magazines as we go along. So let's kick off with stage 6.
Where does he get those wonderful toys?
So stage 6, here we go. Here is your magazine. Lots about Tim Burton's Batman in there. And then we get to our build stages. So we are continuing the turbine engine. We started that last time. So we're going to add these sort of like fan pieces over the shaft there. Doesn't matter which order you put them in, as long as you get the orientation right. Add a piece on the end there. We're going to make some housing for that. It's going to slide over the top. We're going to secure that in with some D-screws. And here's the rest of your magazine. A bit more about Batman and the comics. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need is this, which is our turbine engine. And we've basically got to match this up. So we need to get the orientation right. Which I believe is this way here. So they all go on like that. Like that, and then with this one on like that. So that's what you should have. And we can take this little end stop. I don't believe this matters which way it goes on. We can just push that onto the end, just like that. That should all turn freely, just like that. So we put that to the side, and we can bring in this part here. This is the turbine housing. So we can just connect these together, just push them together, just like so, just like that. Let's have a nice little bit of weathering detail already on there. It's not completely silver parts. We do have a bit of like heat damage on there, which is pretty cool. So once we've done that, we do have a little notch just in here and a little peg here. That's where we want to line that up. So they will sit flush like that. Then we can put 4 screws in there, and they are D screws. Let's get these in. That's number 1. Just like so. Number 2. It's felt like it took ages for this shipment to come. We did have some bad weather here in the UK, so that did put a little bit more on the weight. But you should all be getting your packages now. It's number 3. Finally, number 4. And there we are. With that, that is stage 6 all complete.
Where does he get those wonderful toys?
Stage 7. Flick through your magazine. Again, more about Tim Burton's Batman. And there we are. So we're adding lots of little details and making up the next part. This is the pump housing that we're going to be making here. We're going to be adding some like cable details on there. And yeah, we're going to be basically continuing on with that pump housing just down there, adding more pipes and parts. Now, it doesn't say to glue that pipe in, but I am going to glue that pipe in because I've had it in the past where I've put pipes in and they just come out eventually. So I'm going to be gluing that pipe in. Here's the rest of your magazine as well. A bit more about Batman. So we're going to start off on this edge here. So we got the little dot circle hole there. We're going to be working this side. So we're going to take 2 of these. That's going to go for this hole here to this hole here, from this hole here to this hole here, I believe, or this one here to here. Oh, it's round away. So we're going to go from this hole here to here, from here to here. Don't need glue for this, so let's just push it in to place just like that. And then the second one in. Just like that. So that's sort of what you should have. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the opposite side. Final one now. In there, and then we can push that one in as well. And there we are. I don't believe you need this again for the rest of this issue, so we can put that to the side. And we're going to start making our oil pump housing, so we can push them two parts together. Just like so. Make sure they clip all the way in, just like that. Next we can take this part here. I don't know which way this goes because this way round, this is going to slide down into there. It's going to be held in with a D screw. Just get our D screw in. All the way down, nice and tight, just like that. And turn this over. And we do have a little nipple here and a little hole here, so that's where we're going to be going with this. So we want 7.5, which is this one here, the little one, and one of these little pipes. So I'm going to glue this together, even though it doesn't really tell you to. I'm still going to glue it because I find it stays better if you've glued it. So we want to be going on to the longer edge with this pipe. Just like that. We do exactly the same with the opposite side of the hose. A little bit of glue in there. We can secure this down. So we're going to put this on the nipple. And then bring that over, and that's going to get pushed into that side just there. Here's a tight fit. But there we are. That is that on there. Now you're going to do exactly the same by making this up. So we're going to need part 7, 6 and the hose, and we're going from this nipple here to this hole here. Again, I'm going to take some glue, add that to my pipe. Attach that to our nipple so it's sort of looking like that. Add some glue to the other side of the pipe. And then we can push this down. So the pipe's going onto the nipple, and then this bit down into here. It is quite fiddly to get that in. You can use some tweezers or something. And there we are. That is that in there, just like that. And with that, that is stage 7 all complete.
Where does it get those wonderful toys?
Okay, stage 8. Here's your magazine. And it looks like we're going to be combining the oil pump with some more parts. So we get this part here. And yeah, basically we're going to be adding more parts on. We're going to screw in these parts down, adding these filters on top with some end caps. Adding some more parts on the back there. And then this gets attached to that housing just there like that. We secure that down with some screws, and then that's the final result. We take that over to next time. This is the rest of your magazine. Just like that. Okay, so bringing back our pump housing that we just finished off with, we're going to be adding some parts to this. So we're going to need these parts here, and they're going to go in there just facing down, one on either side. Quite a tight fit, but we still need to screw it in. Let's do this side first. Push that into place. We can screw that down with an E-screw and do the same this side as well. Do make sure you put it on the right way. I just had it on the wrong way there. But you want it facing the end of the pump, just like that. Let's get that secured down. Nice and tight, and then make sure we've got it in the facing the right way. We want it facing straight out. Sort of like that. A little more. There we are. Do the same this side. That one in, and another E-screw in that as well. Just get this one down. Get nice and tight, just make sure it's straight. There we are. So now we're going to need these two little black parts here, sort of like washers, and these two red filters. So they're going to be put in the sort of like black washer on first, and then the filter on, just like that. Do exactly the same the other side. So the washer on, and then the filter. We can then add these two black caps into the ends. So that's one, and number two, just like that. We've then got these two grey parts with like a hexagon thing on the top. That's going to go in there and in there. They're quite a loose fit, but they don't fall out. Now I can bring in our engine exhaust. This is the lower housing of the exhaust front chamber, so we can add this onto there. So that's facing that way, just like that. So we're going to turn that over, and a couple of D screws in the back there to secure that down. Let's get the first one in. It's that one, and the second one. Just there, just like that. And with that, that is this issue all complete. So that's it, guys. That's it for another month. We've completed the next 3 stages of our Batmobile, and we've started our turbine engine. That's looking really, really cool. Do like the little red details on there. That makes it really stand out a bit more. This is still available to buy right now, so if you are interested, you do want to go and get it, head on over there. You can head on over to fanhome.com. There's a link in the description. There's also a QR code on the screen now that you can scan. That'll take you to all my links. In there is the Batmobile build. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please remember to leave a like down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.